Hi everybody, it's Christopher and welcome to Life's Not Over, It Just Looks Different on YouTube. In today's video, I want to talk about guide dogs versus white canes. Very early on in my sight loss journey, I had a number of friends and family ask me if I was going to get a guide dog. And my answer was always no, because I didn't think my cat would dig it. Now, aside from the obvious difference that one is a living, breathing animal while the other is an inanimate object, the biggest functional difference for a person who is blind or partially sighted is that with a white cane, the white cane is meant to detect objects or obstacles that are in the person's path of travel, while a guide dog is trained to lead its handler around objects or obstacles that are in the path of travel. And I would like to think that it's common knowledge that guide dogs and their handlers are allowed to go anywhere that the public is normally granted access to. Now this includes stores, shopping malls, restaurants, bars, and even hospitals. Guide dogs and their handlers are also allowed on public transit, in taxi cabs, and in ride shares. And yet, sadly, denial of service happens every single day. Every day, a guide dog and their handler are denied access to a business, or they're denied a ride in a taxi cab or a ride share. And that is actually illegal. It is illegal to deny a guide dog and its handler access to these places. And let's think about that for just a moment. We wouldn't say to somebody, "I'm sorry, your white cane can't come in here," or "I'm sorry, we don't allow white canes in this establishment." The guide dog is effectively doing the same function that the white cane is doing. Yes, it's a living, breathing animal, so it's doing it differently, but it's doing the same function. They are both mobility aids for the person who is using them. So from that perspective, it doesn't make any sense that the access would be denied. Now, one of the other things that I'm often asked in my day job is, do guide dogs get time off? And the answer is absolutely yes, they do. When they're at home or when they get to a destination, they can come out of harness and they can relax and they can play with toys or run around. Sometimes they go to off-leash dog parks and they get to just be dogs. And so yes, they do absolutely do get time off. They get time to relax and they get to be just a family pet, a very well-trained family pet, but still a family pet. And that's actually, going back to what I had mentioned at the top, that's actually one of the other reasons why I wouldn't want to get a guide dog, is because I'm a cat person. My apologies to the dog people. I know a number of guide dogs and I love them. I think they're fantastic. When they're out of harness, I love to be able to pet them. But I am a cat person through and through. And I will always have cats over dogs any given day because I find cats just much easier to look after. Again, very early on in my sight loss days, when I told people that I wasn't going to get a guide dog, they would then joke, "Well, are you going to train your cat?" And again, no, especially with the guy that I had at the time. He was a wonderful cat, but I just had really bad visions in my head that if I tried putting him in a harness, we'd be halfway across the street. He'd find a warm, sunny spot, nice warm sunbeam spot in the middle of the road, lay down for a nap, and that would be the end of both of us. So yes, while I'll never get a guide dog, training a cat is not in question at all either. But that is everything that I wanted to say today on guide dogs versus white canes. I want to thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.